I'm Turk Strongman at Theron Q Amateur. Thank you for selecting this video on orange skies as Canada burns. Well, alright, before I continue, if you like the video, then remember to give it a thumb up. Okay, subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell feature, share the joy of the channel with others, and with those humble suggestions having been humbly stated. Let's go. Alright. The last video I uploaded had to do with Canada. It was called Canada Fires Under Suspicion. That had to do with their cause. I'm suspecting that there are some wildfires. Well, the wilds are burning, but whether they're of natural origin or just, somebody throwing a lit cigarette out a window into dry grass, or a directed energy weapon thing. Okay, that's what I'm suspecting because, well, you just watch that video and you'll see why I suggested that. Apparently, somebody does have footage of something that looks like a directed energy weapon beam coming from the sky and hitting Canada. I have not seen that footage specifically myself, but it wouldn't surprise me. Okay, but now let's get on to the orange sky. You may remember about a week or two ago, there were some train derailments. All of a sudden, a rash of train derailments. Apparently the blame was tossed on the railroads themselves, putting in too many cars or onto trains for profit, or trains weighing too much. I don't know how too many cars. I'm no expert. Look, I'm not a chemist. I'm not a railroad person. I'm a self-mastery person. But here on my channel, one part of the information that I like to post here is to keep people aware of two main conditions that plague humanity. I sum these dark force influences up with two terms: consciousness hijacking and perception deception. I think we're with these issues of the fires and the trains, and apparently stolen ammonium nitrate. We're seeing we're getting caught up in a lot of perception deception. Okay, so that's my angle here, and I'm not claiming expertise in anything about that. Last video I just uploaded about Canada Fires Under Suspicion, or this one. So let me just throw this out there, just like I did that former video. I don't know how too many cars on a train could cause it to derail. A derailment, as far as I know, happens in a location. Like one car derails and then others follow. It doesn't happen all at once to an entire train. So at a point of derailment, let's say right here, you have cars going that way, cars going that way. What do all those cars have to do with the derailment? And back here, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. And the train's too heavy? Maybe going over a bridge? Maybe going over a certain type of surface? But then again, unless it's a bridge that can only hold so much weight, if it's just a certain surface, okay, it would have to be a pretty stretched out surface for the train weight to actually cause the tracks to buckle so much that it would derail. I can understand the train's weight a bit, but there are regulations, a lot of strict regulations, and apparently those regulations would be getting bypassed pretty far. But, well, okay, there were derailments. Those aren't my main point anyway. It's just, they all seem to happen within a week, I guess. I don't watch the news much. I'm going by hearsay mostly here. So, if there were issues of too many cars or too much weight, well, like apparently it was said something like trains a mile long. Well, that's been going on for a long time. I remember when I was 9 years old, driving across the country through the Midwest. And then again when I was 19 years old with my family, both times. I'd be driving on very straight highways, very long stretches of just straight highway, and off to the right or the left, a quarter or a half a mile away, be a train track, just as straight and long as the highway, on pretty flat ground. There'd be trains well over 200 cars. I'd count cars, something to do while being a passenger in the car. Trains a mile long. For this all of a sudden, within a week, to cause a lot of derailments, like some big change occurred to how much weight or how long a train is, well, I don't know. How come so many derailments within such a short period of time? And now I guess the derailments are over already. It seems fishy. It seems more fishy than anything. Did they even really happen like that? Or was it something other than the length or the weight of trains? All in one shot, all in a row. Like, no derailments, no derailments, out of the ordinary derailments, average number of derailments per year. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 derailments, and a week later, back to the average. That just looks suspicious. Okay. But now, on to the bigger point. Stolen ammonium nitrate, 30 tons of it, 60,000 pounds. Apparently, during this derailment period, a train car comes up missing. Or at least, and it was carrying ammonium nitrate pellets, granules, not liquid ammonium nitrate. Ammonium nitrate being a fertilizer. It also has other uses. It can be turned into an explosive substance. It can have industrial uses in pellet or granular form, largely industrial uses, to the best of my understanding. It's flammable. It burns. I guess if packed into a pipe or something, it can explode due to the pressure. Like match heads, I guess. I'm not a biggie on. I don't know much about making explosives out of fertilizer, but I've heard of fertilizer bombs. All right. Well, at least the 60,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate reportedly came up missing without a trace. I looked into it a little bit. The kinds of railroad cars that carry something granular like that, or in pellets, like ammonium nitrate. You don't just steal the car and it's gone. And that didn't happen. You don't just steal 60,000 pounds or a carload I think that's the usual maximum weight for a car carrying something like that, about 60,000 pounds. You don't just steal the 60,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate out of a car. Nobody noticing something like that. It takes time and manpower and equipment to get that out of the car. It's not just a quick thing. You don't just quickly unload it. So, pretty certainly there was no ammonium nitrate theft. The car may have leaked over time. That I've heard, that I discovered can happen, and such cars do leak. And again, apparently every so often on the tracks, as railway cars pass over certain points, data is collected about each car that passes over a checkpoint, a tracker device. Gets the car number, the weight, and so forth. And a leaking car most likely would be detected over time as it goes from checkpoint to checkpoint, across, over tracking device to tracking device. But, according to at least one ex-railway worker and person who used to fix these kinds of cars when they would leak, it happens a lot. Leaking cars. They can empty all the way out. En route on the tracks. Okay. If there was missing ammonium nitrate, it leaked. Almost with nearly 100% certainty, that's what would have happened to it, and it would not be recovered. Little pellets all over the place, spread very thin over a distance, quite a distance. And then if any rain occurred, well, it would be dissolved. Anyway, what's really odd is that now, see, when ammonium nitrate burns, it creates smoke is in large orange smoke. Now we have these orange skies. This is a perfect setup. I mean, orange sky, like in New York City. Said to become from the wildfires in Canada. Regardless of their origin. Smoke, like wildfires, directed energy weapon fires. We have orange smoke, a lot of orange sky. It makes it look like there's orange smoke. What a perfect setup for a big alarm to be sent out that, oh, we found out that in-house terrorists stole the ammonium nitrate, and now look what they're doing. They're burning it in Canada to poison everybody. I mean, look at the sky. That's ammonium nitrate burning. And at first, I thought, how do wildfires in Canada cause orange smoke to cover New York City? Wildfire smoke is not orange. Ammonium nitrate smoke, potentially so. But then I looked just a little further. The sky is orange. New York City, I've looked at a lot of pictures now of that skyline, just in the last, the photos, in just the last few days. Not all photos show orange sky. Some show gray. Gray haze, thick gray haze. That's what I would expect from wildfire smoke. Whether it has a wild and natural origin or not. Others show gray skies and an orange sun. Others show just a completely orange haze. Simple explanation for that. It's not the smoke that's orange. It's what wavelengths of light from the sun pass through the smoke. Wildfire smoke tends to block at certain angles, certain densities of smoke, etc., certain angles of the sun's rays coming into the atmosphere, right there, tends to block most of the wavelengths, color wavelengths, except yellow and orange and reddish. Those wavelengths pass through. So that's what we see. Mostly in the mornings and the evenings when the sun's rays are coming in at a low angle. It's not the first time there have been orange skies in the world from wildfires. Argentina, San Francisco, a couple of years ago, in the year 2020. Same color. Wildfires nearby. It's the sun's light that's orange because the rest of the spectrum isn't coming through the smoke at certain angles, certain densities of smoke. That's the orange. I see right here, I'm looking at a photo of gray skies, New York City, just within the last 2 days or so, and an orange sun in the sky. That makes sense too. The angle of the light coming in from the sun, etc. We're seeing the gray smoke, and then where there is light, the actual light source visible in the sky, the shape of the sun, that's where only the orange is coming through. The rest is just the color of the actual air, the smoke. This makes sense. So I don't think there's any ammonium nitrate burning. I don't think any ammonium nitrate was stolen. But it was a big thing. Ammonium nitrate stolen. A big thing. A big thing. And how convenient to have a railway faux like that, right? When there are all these derailments happening. All in like 1 week. Like the railroads are just totally screwing everything up all of a sudden. Now there are no more thefts, no more derailments. All of a sudden again. And now orange skies. A lot of fuel for perception deception to occur. That's why I made this video. I still hold Canada fires under suspicion with respect to their cause. But I don't think ammonium nitrate is one of them. Is a cause of the fire. I don't think there's ammonium nitrate burning, unless just by coincidence here, with respect to this video and what I'm saying, it's happening. along with any other thing that could be happening in the fires right now. Who knows what's catching on fire, you know what I mean? Or what somebody's throwing into it. And now, in the former video, my immediately former video, I said, watch out for any kind of photographic evidence of directed energy weapon use. Like happened in California a few years ago. Southern California. I saw footage of that happening myself. Wasn't talked about a lot. Not in the mainstream anyway. No. But it was going on. Yeah. I suspected. Again, just take a look at that video. You'll get my reasoning for that. But now in this video, I'm going to say, I'm going to add to it now. Watch out for all of this with the fires in the sky. Being kind of like a distraction from something else going on. Okay? Alien ships, whatever, coming out of smoke. Just, I don't know what. But it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Just keep your eyes open. Use reason. Think in terms of psychopathic, parasitic, predatorial power people and what they will do. The kinds of insane, sick, psychopathic things they will do. Steps toward world tyranny and total human enslavement, total consciousness hijacking, and total deception of humanity. Some steps which might not even make sense unless you see them in a larger picture of an entire pattern of events taking place. Don't forget, from one event to the next, see the patterns, see the process, see the sequence, see the connections. Remember their uses of symbols on a grand scale. There's something about that in my immediately former video. This video has now gone on long enough. Keep your head about you and watch your ass. You like the video? Give it a thumb up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumb up. If you kind of liked it, give it a thumb up. Subscribe to the channel. Activate the notification bell feature. Share the joy of the channel with others. And by all means, stick around my channel and check out my material on how to keep control of your own consciousness in a world that doesn't want you to do that. That's what my channel is really about. Be well. I'm Turk Strongman. This is the Ron Q. Ramacharaka.